Hey, welcome back, you lovely lot. This is Calendar on Cars, and this is my own personal top 5 picks for the Manor Platinum sale that's happening on Wednesday night. I'm going to put the link at the bottom that goes through to the main sale walkaround of every single lot. There's a load of really nice stuff. Normally, the stuff that we do here is quite price rangy. A few dream cars at the top, but everything in this sale, in the Platinum sale, is big ticket. It's beautiful. All the best stuff we can find, basically. And I'm going to start with this. Obviously, normally I try and put some attainable stuff in. There is no attainable stuff in this sale. It's all dream stuff, all the stuff that we'd like to get. If we make it big or win the lottery or have a particularly good year, these are the kind of cars you could buy. Or actually, I'll put the link into Fast and Funded as well. You could finance some of these and actually get away with them, but I'm leading you astray. Have a look at this, 575, 2002. Is there anything better than a front-engined Ferrari that's not in red? I think for that reason, there's the three things I love. Engine's in the wrong place, colour's the wrong, but the gearbox is right. And for me, that makes it one of the best ways you could do it. Matching Ferrari luggage in the back, look. Really nice car, this, done 43,000 miles, so UK supplied right-hand drive car. Tubey exhaust on the back as well, so it makes a bit of a rude noise, which I really, really like. Full Ferrari luggage, as I've said. It's just a great thing. It's owned by a really good friend of mine, this car, actually. And he looked a long time to find it. And it's a particularly nice one. It's also been looked after by all the best people in the business. So you've got names like DK Engineering has been looking after this. It's also got a lot of money spent very recently as well. The other thing about this, they only made just over 2,000 of these 575Ms. So they're rare. And if you look at either side of me, we've got an F430, which is a brilliant car. I do love them. You've got the 458. Again, fantastic car. But for me, if I had a Ferrari, I've never had a Ferrari. I'm not that rich or brave, but if I did, it would have to be a non-mid-engined, non-red. And for that reason, 575M with just the right mileage, just the right history, which you could buy that for 85 to 95,000 pounds if your pockets were deep enough. Mine aren't, but it's good to dream. That's my first pick. Now, there's two things I like when I buy a car. One is it's mildly customised and very tastefully and reversibly. And the second is that no one else has got one. And what I particularly like about this 1972 Bristol 411 is that it's both of those things. Someone has bought this and it's got some amazing history with it, but they've done some really, really choice modifications. It's like a little bit like a resto mod. So you've got these different later wheels on wheel spaces to give it a proper track so it sits properly. If you look inside, it's got the most amazing interior, which I wish you could smell. So they've spent an awful lot of money really well in there. Two former keepers, high quality leather interior that they've spent a ton of cash on. Let me show you this final roof as well. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the colour. I would never have thought of putting a grey vinyl roof on a silver car, but that works so unfeasibly well. And it's been done to a beautiful standard. Everything on this car has been done to an absolutely stupid standard. It's got this quite cool, I like this sort of aftermarket-y grille thing. So the vendor has actually fabricated this, and I like it. Got the original grille and wheels as well. But I don't think this is going to be an enormous amount of money. Well, you never know. Because Bristol's coming back. Actually, Bristol has been resurrected as a brand. They're going to start doing some really exciting and I think brilliant things because it is one of those wonderful old money brands, Bristol. Not many people know them. You never really see that many of them on the road, but they just waft and they look good. They look like you've spent an awful lot of money, but you could buy that for 30, 35 grand. And doesn't it look fantastic? That is my second pick. My next pick is a car I like so much. I'm getting the finance broker. I'm getting Kurt from Fast and Funded on speed dial because I do like a Bentley Continental anyway. But this one, because of the spec, the colourway, everything about it, I think it's probably my favourite Bentley Continental T, 1997, that I've ever seen. It's going to cost somewhere between 50 and 60,000 pounds. And just look at it. Look at the colours. This is silver dollar special order paint. This is a one of one by Ron Stratton, this. And have a look inside. So, I mean, just look at it. It's got the wheels, it's got the stance, it's got the flares. The car has done 31,000 miles. It is as close to a new car. And the paint is ridiculous, but look at the interior. What I love about it, it's spec like an 80s car on a late 90s car. So the colourway, the leather choice, it's got the turn dash, of course. But this was built for Ron Stratton as a special order, this car. And it is absolutely stunning. And this paint is almost translucent. It's almost 3D. So you've got, I would imagine, an awful lot of lacquer on like a pearl mica. And it's so deep. I don't know if you can see that on the camera at all. But isn't it cool? Isn't it absolutely ridiculous? But you've got to remember, these were 174 mile an hour car. So you're talking supercar performance in something that weighs as much as a small house. And it's 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. But look at it. Can you think of anything for 50 or 60 grand that would give you the road presence, the grin factor, and the petrol bill that would give you? I just can't. And I think for that reason, it is stunning. I wish I could own it. And if you do, please let me know because I'd love to drive it. And that is my third choice, if you're watching. This is an incredible car. This is a 944 Turbo that was actually recommissioned and restored by Porsche themselves for their 70th birthday. And the story behind this car is absolutely hilarious. Now, when we sold this here at Manor Park 2 or so years ago, we actually broke the auction record for 944s in the UK. It was the most expensive car to be sold, with fees at a shade over 50 odd grand. And the reason for that was when Porsche restored this car themselves, they spent in the first instance about £170,000 restoring it with a full photographic record, parts manifest. They actually bought one car to start with that wasn't deemed good enough. So several £1,000s into that car, they started another car which they found to be better. They then put everything new. The only non-original, non-new part on this car is the rear window. Everything else, every wiper, screw, switch, button, lever, if they had one on the shelf in Germany, they put it on the car. So it was as close to buying a brand new car as you could. It was then sold to a very discerning gentleman from new, in inverted commas, who was unhappy with a couple of tiny details, effectively rejected the car, but asked them to sort it out. And Porsche took it back, then spent another six-figure sum over several years, making it absolutely perfect. So the bills, and I've seen them all and I've gone through the history file on this car, the bills for this car are somewhere in the region of £300,000. But come and have a look at this. Come and have a look inside. Look at the paint. This is liquid silver, which is the unbelievable, the one only special order colour. It's about £4,000 a litre. It's ridiculous. Then you've got this gorgeous Segna wall seat inserts, the dash. It's just a truly wonderful thing. So I kid you not, it's not an exaggeration for comedy effect. This is a £300,000 944 Turbo restoration by the manufacturer themselves. I'm sure they wish they'd never started it. But you could buy and own that, I would imagine, for about 50k, which is not a small amount of money for a 944. You can get a nice 944 for 25 to 30 now. But actually, an exceptional one is only 20k more than that. When you look at the money that's been spent into it, and remember that everything that you're driving is a new part, I think that represents excellent value. Go and price up yourself a Boxster at your local OPC and then have a look at the price of that. I think that sits as very good value. So that's my fourth choice. And again, I'd like to own that one very much. And my final pick, how could I not? I love 80s cars. I love Group B cars. I love homologation cars. How could I not give you an ashes to ashes spec 88 Audi Quattro MB? There's so much to love about these. We know that 80s supercars and 80s anything is good news at the moment. But anything that's got even a whiff of homologation about it, and particularly Group B connection, we know is super good news. And it just goes to show how far this market's matured. I am kicking myself because I got offered one of these, actually the old Miltech demo car, not that long ago, for about 15 grand. And this one, which is equally as lovely, is estimated at 47 to 53. So why would you want one of these? Well, I mean, just look at it. I think so many of us grew up in the 80s. I was born in 73. So when this car started thrashing the rally stages of the world and beating everything with two-wheel drive, it is, of course, famously the car that ousted the Lancia 037. It heralded the start of the four-wheel drive era. The Lancia 037 was the last two-wheel drive car to win a world championship. Year after, this came along, and that basically changed the narrative forever. So not only is it an important car in its own right, but I think if you've got a car that defines the sport or redefines the sport and changes it forever, because I don't think a two-wheel drive car will ever win the world championship ever again, it's interesting, isn't it? This is a really nice history example. 167,000 miles on this. So it's not a low mileage car. It's obviously been used and enjoyed and cherished. And I guess at some point it's had an enormous amount of money bringing it back up to this standard. But isn't it mad? These are a 50 grand car now. So there you go. Thank you. That's just a very quick walk around, a little bit of fun. I will put the link to the full walk around down below if you want to see every single car. But do watch it online. Do register to bid if you see anything that you fancy, or even if you just want to watch for a bit of fun. It's a spectacle. I will be doing a live intro for every single car in the auction, and everything's going under the hammer. You can buy all of them if you like. But as always, like, subscribe, ring that bell, and I'll see you soon.